My name is Mike B, aka Phony. My name is Mike B, aka Phony. My name is and chat. We're talking about coffee. Coffee nudes. All that coffee talk is really throwing me off. I haven't had coffee in like 6 hours and it's still just talking about it. Mike needs more coffee, apparently. Hi, everybody. Welcome, chat. Welcome. The time is 3:15, January 18th, 2023. We have beefy news today. I don't know if it's going to be long, but it's not a one-story news. Because I was gone for like 2 extra days and all of a sudden all this shit happened. Did you AI your intro again? Do I need more fingers? So first up, we have some updates to the Dungeons and Dragons OGL Wizards of the Coast Fiasco. If you missed it, we covered it extensively, but I'll try to summarize it very quickly. Let me see. So Wizards of the Coast, which publishes Dungeons and Dragons literature, books, content, etc., and basically is the basis for the majority of all of the D&D related shows that you watch, if they're based off of their platform, of course, which is most of them. And it's the gift that keeps giving. They announced that they're going to be making some changes to their open game license, and it's going to be more restrictive. Now, they didn't really announce that. It was leaked that there was a paper that leaked, and it was very clear that this was like the final draft that was making its way around with like release forms and all that stuff. And people are very upset about it because it was extraordinarily different. It is very, very exclusive to a lot of content creators, and it's also a huge pain in the ass with the way that they wanted you to basically report all of everything that you do that earns any money. And it was just insane. We went over it extensively in a previous video. We have some updates for you guys today. Evil Corporation bought good RPG Dungeons and Dragons. There you go. Yeah. Hasbro, by the way, does indeed own, that's going to come up today a couple times. Hasbro does own Wizards of the Coast. They have owned it for 25 years-ish, I think. And I guess maybe they just decided that it's time for them to make some money. So, since our last coverage of this, Gizmodo and some others have gotten some insider information of how things are going internally at WotC. WotC is the acronym we're going to be using for Wizards of the Coast. So things are not going well there. I'm going to scroll down and read this one segment. It says the bottom line seems to be after a fan-led campaign to cancel D&D Beyond Subscriptions went viral. It sent a message to WotC and Hasbro higher-ups. According to multiple sources, these immediate financial consequences were the main thing that forced them to respond. The decision to further delay the rollout of the new open gaming license and then adjust the messaging around the rollout occurred because of a provable impact to their bottom line. According to these sources, in meetings and communication with employees, WotC's management's messaging has been that fans are overreacting, and in a few months, they'll forget about it, right? Which I can't blame them for thinking that because it's kind of true. we have a tendency to get really upset at stuff, and then that's it. But the thing here is, as we've seen, that people are willing to cancel their subscriptions to this service. A lot of them probably just forgot that they were supporting it, and maybe when they come across it, they're like, I'm supporting my favorite D&D platform, my favorite RP platform, whatever. And now they're like, whoa, too many people are doing this. Maybe they're not overreacting. They're not overreacting with our bottom line anyways. So this was the status of this. And then they came out with an update. And the update is comedy. So this was update open game license. When we initially conceived of revising the OGL, it was written 3 major goals in mind. First, we wanted the ability to prevent the use of D&D content from being included in hateful and discriminatory products, which is what they claimed, which seems like what they're trying to hide behind. And I mentioned this in our previous coverage, that they're probably going to use we're doing this to stop the racists. We're trying to stop the racists from playing our game. So what in the... We might make a few billion extra dollars in the process here, but you know, companies only care about money always. Doesn't matter what company, it's all of them. Until you hit the bottom line, they don't give a shit. My favorite part is a couple of last thoughts. First, we won't be able to release a new OGL today because we need to make sure we get it right, but it is coming. Second, you're going to hear people say that we won and we lost because making your voices heard forced us to change our plans. Those people will only be half right. They won, and so did we. Dude. It says, yeah, we both won. Yeah. It says our plan was always to solicit the input of our community before any update to the OGL. The drafts you've seen were attempting to do just that. It was a leak, son. It was not a draft. But they keep calling it this. They want to make sure that you know they're gonna just gaslight the shit out of you, tell you will accept that there are 4 lights. Drafts. Sorry, I just jumped in a little bit late. You probably also talked about the even more recent update. Oh, we're getting there. This is today's news. We rolled a critical miss one. What's the chance if we do it twice in a row? Oh boy. Watsy is the abusive boyfriend. Yeah. Was student privacy module at work? You couldn't get past. Oh, I'm sorry to hear. They got the input they wanted. Now more money. So they do have an update today. And it's funny. I was sitting there right in the middle of doing notes and shit just pouring in. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. It's Wednesday. What's going on? So again, it's another long one, but it says when we initially conceived of revising the OGL, first of all, hold on a second. This is not the right one. Working conversation updates. Oh, I think I mixed up my links. Let me go back to Beyond Staff. Do posts. I mixed up my links and now it's gone. You want to give me a link? How did I mix this up? Oh, I did. Oh, here we go. I'll grab it from this guy. Missing links. I just mixed it up while I was doing it. Here it is. Ta-da! Yeah, Kyle Brink. It happens sometimes. It's fine. Professional streaming here, guys. Listen, man. The notes are beefy, okay? The notes, they beefy, okay? I'm trying. I got a lot of links here to go through. No, this is a different one. This was a different one. This is the one that starts with, "Hi, I'm Kyle Brink." It looks the same, all right? Raw, literally on the screen in my face. I'm Kyle Brink, the executive producer on Dungeons & Dragons. It's my team that makes the game we all play. And it goes on about, I had it up there before. No, I didn't. Man, you lied. See, shut up, bitch. So it says, starting now, we're going to do this a better way, more open and transparent with our entire community of creators with the time to iterate, get feedback and improve. If this sounds familiar, it's because it's how we do it for the game itself. Same, but different. So they go on to say, here's what to expect. And so they go on to outline that they're going to be putting out a draft of, I guess, an actual proposed draft, not the draft that you guys have seen, out for people to give feedback on. They're going to leave it until the 20th. So that's on Friday. And they're going to leave feedback open and available to everybody, I guess, for like 2 weeks or something. And so They want to get your feedback. Here it says, and this is the part that seems like it's a pretty good approach to this. It says, any changes to the OGL will not have impact on at least these creative efforts. It says your video content, your accessories for your owned content, non-published works, for instance, contracted services, virtual tabletop content, DM's Guild content, your OGL 1.0A content, basically anything that was released under 1.0A will continue to exist under 1.0A, and your revenue, your ownership of your content. So these were like key points that people had issues with, especially like ownership of content. So you continue to own the content with no license back requirements. None of this is legalese. None of this is like there's no contract, there's no paperwork, there's nothing here that's like legal. This is just this guy outlining the things that he promises they're not gonna do. right? All new. Yes, thank you very much, Agramonia. All old content will remain in 1.0a, which means that all new content will be in 1.1. We've already screamed the feedback, and they're not listening, but it's fine. Paizo is already making their own OGL called ORC with blackjack and hookers. Nice. Ooh, hey. Perpetual ownership of your ideas using their stuff. Yeah, so right now, and as detailed by Noah Downs, who is internet lawyer, also said this basically the same thing. It's just like this is not final, and he even says at the end we have to wait for a deep dive analysis into the language so that when we have the new OGL, and even this gentleman here says none of the language is contractual yet, and we've already seen that they're open to changing their official statements live, which is true. We've already seen that here between here and the original. They're definitely willing to go and change shit on the fly. I can't wait till the end of the new draft that says near the bottom, we hold the right to change this after you guys stop caring. That's going to be included in it. Like whatever changes that they make is absolutely going to include a clause or a line somewhere that says that they reserve the right to change it at any point, right? They're a company, they're a big corporate entity. They're absolutely going to do that. So as it stands right now, none of this is necessarily set in stone. We don't know if what they're saying is what's going to come to pass, honestly. So we have to basically just wait until Friday to see the draft OGL go up, which means Friday news will probably take a look at it. Maybe Friday off news will take a look at it. To go into a bit more detail to see what's up. Yeah, exactly. Trust us, bro. It seriously is some shit like that. So we'll see like how much trust they need, how much trust we have to give. But as it stands right now, this is what they say they're promising, which is going to basically step back from a lot of the stuff they said they were going to do. But at the same time, they could probably word it in such a way that it might seem like that up front, but then later on they could change it. And I'm sure internet lawyers and people who make content who are knowledgeable in the legalese portion of some of this stuff they're probably gonna talk about it as well. But there's also talk from some of these folks that the draft, see, they got me right. The leaked OGL could open them up to tons of lawsuits because of the way that it's worded, because the way that it kind of the way that it backs over some of the previous statements that are made in the previous OGL. There's just a lot of stuff that could have snowballed into a lot of lawsuits, class action and all that good stuff. So maybe that's fueling some of these changes here that they're promising. See, none of these promises mean anything because WotC have already shown that their hand at earnings. Yeah, there you go. In the earnings call, they want to push monetization. Yeah, what was the quote? It's our players are under monetized, I think was the actual quote, give or take a couple words, pretty much the quote. So yeah, they're looking to monetize their players for sure. Someone should just make that other rule book compatible with D&D, change how the rules are presented, and don't use characters' D&D name, and then OGL no longer matters. Lots of people are doing that. Yeah, I mean, I don't say lots of people necessarily, but there are other companies, entities. I mean, like Paizo. There's rumored that Critical Role probably doing it. There's a couple other sites and places that are doing it. I mean, it's if anything, I guess it's just going to diversify things. I don't know how that works with with D&D. It's nice because if everybody's playing on like 5e, then you can just kind of move characters from one campaign to another, and just kind of exist, perpetually in whatever campaign that you're moving your character to. But I don't know how that works when you server transfer. Their biggest competitor is already doing it. Yeah, exactly. Legal Eagle said the OGL probably doesn't have much power. I guess it depends on whether or not they want to enforce it, but they wouldn't put something out they're not going to plan on enforcing. But maybe it depends on the size of the creator. So if someone like Critical Role decided to do something that would violate the OGL, which they won't because they're part of the system, right? But if somebody big like that were to do something to disparage OGL, then they'll probably go after them, right? Because they're big, right? They got to make an example. It's like, oh, we can't have somebody, this big doing it because then every other little guy's going to do it. The issue as well from the leaks of WotC show the disdain of the company for the players. That's bad for the company interactions with their fan base. Yeah, and that's the feedback that I'm reading in some of these articles. The same thing. It's that there are that internally they don't really appreciate players. I mean, even right here it says the players are overreacting to the leaked draft. And anytime. It makes it's true that, yeah, we as internet peoples definitely overreact to things. That's just how we are collectively because there's lots of us and we get mad. And, we only have 280 characters to vent that instead of really kind of getting into the nitty gritty. And so we express our concern in a concise manner and it looks like we're overreacting. But when a company uses that verbiage against it's people who are paying for everything for them, the people who have the money, then yeah, it doesn't really bode well for any kind of communication going forward. We're afraid of change. Say D&D as a brand is dead in the water after this done. Everybody has already made the changes they make. It does seem like that's the case. Sadly, Critical Role are, from what I've seen, taking a very neutral stance on it, less condemning the issue and more just supporting people making their own versions. Yeah, that's the statement that they made. They made a statement, and it was I had it in the notes, but then I cut it out because it was so vague, and it was like okay, cool, you guys had to make a statement because people were coming at you guys, and that makes sense. Nothing against Critical Role or anything like that. Like, they have a very big business that they need to protect, and while they believe that there should be certain amounts of freedom within this, within this market, they can't necessarily come out and just say it. They can't really take a stance. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure they're probably NDA to hell. Yeah, Critical Role has a nice contract, so no need to rock the boat. Yeah, and like I said, they've earned their place as being part of the system. Like, they are part of the system now. Like, they're part of that machine that is D&D, WotC, content creators and all that. But they earned that, like they did. So they have to kind of play, just play that, play that role for a little bit until they can decide what they want to do in the future. But they have plenty of time. They're so comfortable where they're at. They can just keep doing it. It's not that we're afraid of change. It's people being pissed that there was a great working partnership that everyone was happy with, and now they're being forced to have a worse play experience because WotC wanted more money. Yep, that is pretty much it. They did start as Pathfinders, so it wouldn't be a stretch to go back. Yep. Just got a server transfer. So we'll check in on that on Friday when they release the are they calling it a draft? I'm not sure. When they release the next iteration of the OGL. Jesus. As well as the Netease homebrew variants. Yes. Playing Devil's Advocate. Oh, let me read this one. Everyone said 4th ED was the end of D&D as well. When D&D went with that website, that was dead as well. We'll see. Draft version 3.0. All right. Moving on. Max Verstappen. You guys know who this guy is? Some kid. Boom, boom, boom. Cars. Anyways, he's pretty good. He's pretty good at it. Speaking of drafts. Oh, man. Dang it. That's why the co-host. Damn. All right, so Max Verstappen is a Dutch Formula One racer driver currently competing for Red Bull Racing. He is the youngest driver to compete in Formula One, debuting at the age of 17, and the youngest race winner in Formula One history, winning the 2016 Spanish Grand Prix at the age of 18. I asked Open Chat AI thingy to give me a blur on Max Verstappen because I wasn't entirely sure how to consolidate some of that, because I just know he's a good racer, man. That's all. I'm an indie guy. Anyways, they host these online events, like esports events, racing with real life race car drivers racing in these virtual sim racer competitions. And as you can imagine, with like a lot of like online games, sometimes connections are just not good. And in the case of Max Verstappen, he also had an issue where he got cut off in the middle of a race. I think he was leading the race, actually. and he came out and he said he retires all this business. There's actually a clip here. I'm gonna play this clip for you because it's really good. It's really good, and I want you guys to see it because you have to understand, like, this is to me.
Good job. He's been.
We're talking about like somebody who heads up, basically is the face of a team. It is a lot of pressure. This guy is the face of a team. They pay to enter this race. And this is not the first time, months of practice, not the first time this has happened. And now we're stuck with, disconnects. And this is from the live stream when this occurred. His audio will come up in a second. We'll take a listen to what he says here. Tell me he wasn't using buff like to cheat. I don't know. We should ask.
Can I leave the game, yeah?
Yeah, Max, we're not getting the lap back.
Yeah, we need 2 laps, but what it is, they call it it's amazingly bad luck. Well, this is just incompetence. They can't even control their own game. And this is already the 3rd time this happens to me now that I get kicked off the game while doing this race. So it's also the last time I'm ever participating. Because what's the point? You prepare for 5 months to try and win this championship. You're leading the championship. You're trying to win this race, which you prepare for 2 months. And they handle it like this. I mean, there have been 2 red flags. They blame it on, I don't even know what, people DDoSing the server. Then they cancel the rain because probably that's already a big influence. And then people are still getting disconnected. And now, of course, at one point also we were hit by it. And then they're just not dealing with it because they need even more people to disconnect.
So this is like pretty damning when like one of the like premier race car drivers like in the world right now is playing your game, and then he comes off with like, show some spicy gamer language to show you're upset. No, this is the most calm and collected, and probably why he is where he is.
All the effort we put in as a team. I really hope the organizers also consider where they put this race forward, because on this platform, it's not going to work.
The platform he's talking about is R Factor 2. R Factor 2 is there's a clip coming up here where he says that he's going to uninstall the game. It's a nice bit of hard drive space. It's pretty fucking funny. So R Factor 2 is the game they're talking about, and they've gone ahead and launched an investigation. Ooh, hey, he has been much spicier than real F1 cars. Oh yeah, I bet. But that was some calm and collected gamer rage. I was like, whoa, that's not me. Motherfucker. Ripping the fucking wheel off. He has a history of being spicy. It's pretty tame for him. Exactly. We don't need to invest in better service. People won't leave if it crashes now and then. Yeah. So R Factor 2 developers are they're launching an investigation into 24 hours of Le Mans of virtual disconnections. He ended up because of the red flag disconnect stuff that he was experiencing. He still had 6 more hours to race in the 24-hour Le Mans sim, and he just said quit, uninstall. He was like, I hope other people follow because this is bullshit. And he said there's no point in him racing for another 6 hours just to get 15th place or whatever it was he was going to be put in. It just wasn't worth it for him and his team to just basically keep on working their ass off for 6 hours. Time to run disk cleanup on the servers. Yeah, time for iRacing to grab a spotlight. I mean, that's where I felt like they should have been in the first place. Now, R Factor does have a pretty good rating on Steam. It's not, I mean, the game is not doing terrible. Okay, recent reviews, sure, but what do the recent reviews say? I'm curious. Let's see. 2-time Formula 1 champion and my good pal Max Verstappen told me to uninstall. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected, I guess, in these reviews. Is only game. Why do you have to be mad? No. This is, I mean, again, overall, I had pretty good ratings, but Alright has an exclusive license on Le Mans, or rather the parent company. Well, we'll see what happens when people just drop out, they don't want to be involved. But I don't know how it works. I don't know how the politics and all that stuff works in F1. It's like if Max decides he wants to bounce, does that mean that more people will probably follow, or do they see this as an opportunity to gain another place? I can move up the charts. He's not going to play anymore. 6 hours is nothing. Is this guy for real? Dude, he was already racing for 18 hours, Ross. Shut the fuck up. It's a 24-hour Le Mans. For us gamers, man, he's got this, man. He's in an actual car. I'm not going to compare my physical prowess to Max Verstappen, the guy who fucking drives a race car. All right? No way. The easiest plus one position in history. It's all about the money. They'll probably stay. That's also entirely possible. That's also entirely possible. They have multiple races that swap racing. Well, still though. Grant 18 hours a day for 5 months as well. This guy, give the guy a monster. Yeah. He doesn't drive. Okay, fine. Sorry, he doesn't drive 24 hours alone, but still, it's still like a physical endurance. You know, it's still like a race. It's still a lot, man. Give the guy a monster. Let him go. So, this isn't the only bad news for R Factor 2. Their parent company. Oh, let me double check this here. Yeah. So their parent company, Motorsports Games. Right? Hold on a minute. Right, Motorsports Games. Triple checking this. I kind of gleaned over this during my wage dispute. Hold on. Factor. Just making sure. Good. Just double checking. I don't want to give some false information here. Seepkiss. Damn, there's a game we haven't played yet. Shit. So the parent company has other issues as well, like a lot of other issues that I wasn't even aware of until this whole debacle with Max Verstappen happened. So they have issues paying their employees. Now, Motorsport Games is a U.S. based company. At the very least, they have a base here in the United States, but they are a worldwide company, and they have a studio that is in Russia that has about 30 employees that I guess they haven't been paying for some reason, and they've had a lot of other issues with lawsuits, as noted here in the article. Lawsuits, the entire board of directors leaving the company, and one of the employees is basically threatening to unless you guys pay us, we're going to release a source code for a number of games. Actually, it says in the threat, it was said the employee has a source code for 4 motorsports games: NASCAR Ignition 21, NASCAR Heat 5, IndyCar, and CarCraft. The employee has demanded that unpaid wages are paid to employees by January 25th, or the source code for all 4 games will be released publicly online. Yeah, I was thinking it could be bank sanctions because they're in Russia, so there's issues with that. But you can also mail checks out. And I know this because my wife works for an e-commerce site and she has to mail checks overseas all the time. So they can always mail checks out. Maybe they have to go through the steps of getting somebody to print the checks for them, right? But still. Breach of contract by not being paid. It's true. Yeah, they're not being paid. And I don't know what kind of leverage you have when you're an employee in Russia, and you have an American company that's not paying you. Are you kind of just like shit out of luck? You know, if they're Russia, they have no way. They have no way to be able to pay them. What I'm saying is they can mail. I'm sure the mail still works. They could probably mail them a check. You know, again, we mail check, not we, but my wife mails checks all over the world. So it's like, it's hard for me to believe that the mail system does not work. I actually pulled this out here. Just gonna take a look. I was going through this through their controversies here and just kind of get an idea for how bad shit is there, and it's pretty bad. I don't even know like where to highlight here, but basically over the past year, that's on March 28th, 2022, and then again November 2022. It says Motorsport Games received a notice of non-compliance with NASDAQ listing rules after its board of directors resigned over funding disputes, and this is where we got like a new board. The company reported losses of $7.5 million against a revenue of $1.2 million in the third quarter. It's not doing good. That's probably where all the pay went. But the Russians stacking them checks at the post office. I mean, they need the money, don't they? That's what I heard. In January 2023. I love this. Already added the 4th annual Le Mans virtual 24-hour endurance race, parallel to the real life events. So it's already in there. But they have had a year of nothing but controversies. So between, I mean, this was just the latest, and of course this is just, you know, one event that went awry and one participant who's stating that they're not going to, you know, they're retiring indefinitely from the game. The company's totally shut it down. Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for motorsport games in the future. Now, they have games that are coming out. They're you know, they do fine. But I mean, if they're reporting $7.5 million against revenue of $1.2 million, and they have a notice of non-compliance with the NASDAQ, so I don't know how that's going to. I don't know how all this stuff works. Like, I don't know how this is gonna hurt them in terms of like getting all of their legal shit in order, while at the same time also trying to deal with this controversy with Max Verstappen and other racers potentially, you know, bailing on this. If your loss is 4 times higher than your revenue, your company's non-functional. Yeah, but that says on the third quarter. I don't know what their fourth quarter, which, I mean, I guess we should know what, like by the 23rd. When is the end of the fourth quarter? Isn't it like this month or something? We're not imagining it's 7.5. No, that part I get, but it's just one quarter. You got to keep in mind, just one quarter. I don't know how the rest of the math works out. Time for R Factor 3. There you go. A year of yellow flags. No, that's not too bad. Not too bad. Where's the funding? Yeah, where's the funding quarter? That's what they need. They took a calculated risk, but goddamn, they're bad at math. Yeah, it's sus. It's sus, as the kids say. That's right. I think they still say that. So, speaking of companies that are kind of in trouble, no, they're not. They're fine. They're fine. Microsoft and Unity collectively shed, I love this, by the way, massively OP, you guys. So the news kind of dropped at the same time, but Microsoft and Unity collectively shed over 10,000 employees in the latest round of tech layoffs. 300 of those are for Unity. The other 10,000 are Microsoft's. But Unity's, I'll read this quote here. It says, according to Unity, this set of layoffs were a result of a combination of weak economic trends and the company's acquisition of the monetization company IronSource, which readers will recall cost $4.4 billion and was also the business move that prompted its CEO to disparage game devs that don't monetize their products from the jump. And I want to say that we talked about that too. It was a comment made by the CEO where he was saying that when you make your games from the get-go, you have to start thinking about monetization. And that should be your jump-off point. How do I monetize this title? And obviously that caused a lot of ripples across, you know, in a number of scenes because the CEO's a douchebag. Yeah. Obviously that was an issue because it's like when you make games, it's supposed to be passion. You know, it's supposed to be an idea that you had that you wanted to put together, and you flesh it out and you turn it into this thing, and then you worry about monetization. He's like, no, that's the wrong way to do it because we got to make money. Monetizing, yeah, monetize first, make the game fun second. Microsoft is the one that's shedding a whole lot. See, the latest, it says that the latest set of firings is likely spurred by the company's $68 billion attempt to purchase, actually $69 billion attempt, I think, to purchase Activision Blizzard. So in both cases, you have a company, corporation, a mega corporation, who is shelling out billions and billions and billions of dollars in acquisitions and then being like, oh man, we totally forgot to set aside money for the people that work for us. Dang. Don't know what to do about that. We had the money. I don't know what happened. We bought this. We're trying to buy this company. Come on, you got to work with us here. We're trying to buy this company. Come on. Look at all these people we don't need. Buy. Yeah, I mean, it also could be winter fluff, right? Sure, yeah. Preparation for spring. Makes the numbers look good when they drop a lot of people. That's usually the way it works. They cut a bunch of people, and they say they save on all that payroll and all that money and everything, and their stocks go up. You want your IPs, not your people. Yeah, blame the stock market. They acquire to increase their valuation. Thank you. See, we're on the same. But amongst those changes that are happening at Microsoft, Joe Staten, which Guns was here for this part. Joe Staten, who is the head of creative for Halo Infinite, is being reabsorbed into the main branch of Xbox Publishing, which means he's no longer working on 343 at 343 on Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite has been just mired with all kinds of issues since launch. Technically launch. And just not really, overall, just not getting good. Dead. Yeah. He's a shit show. Yeah. I think you guys said it better than me. Jason Schreier, what else you got? Let me see. It sounds like 343's Halo Infinite campaign got hit hard. An email to staff studio head Pierre wrote that we made the difficult decision to restructure elements of our team, which means some roles are being eliminated. So never happened. Yeah. So Halo Infinite is not looking too hot. I love that Jason Schreier kept this in here. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella made $54.95 million in total compensation last year. Woo, boy. Now, granted, probably couldn't pay people. If we took that and divided up amongst 10,000, probably couldn't make good money doing that, but still. Master Chief fired. Research our teams into the employment line. Yeah. Also bad economy. Oh yeah, it's super easy excuse. But I'll say though, over the last year, we've had tens of thousands of people being being let go and laid off from positions across tech. But this 10,000 here. Coupled with Amazon, actually, I don't have that here, but Amazon's also letting go of 18,000 people. This is a very Seattle-centric, mass layoffs, basically. It's 30,000 people, vast majority of them probably living in the Seattle area, who are going to be unemployed after this. Bad economy. Yeah, record-breaking profits. Check this out. I found this I went to LinkedIn for this one. I found this. This is Satya Nadella. This is October 27th, 2022. And he goes in, he says, we're living through a period of historic economic, societal, geopolitical change. All this stuff. And he says, amid this dynamic environment, blow it up nice and big for you, we delivered record results in fiscal year 2022. And we reported 198 billion in revenue and 83 billion in operating income, and the Microsoft Cloud surpassed 100 billion in annualized revenue for the first time. Wow, look, record-breaking numbers, boy. So much fucking money. What happened? I have another article that I was gonna grab about how they're Microsoft talking about putting AI in all of its apps, and it's like chat AI, right, in all of its apps. Because if you guys don't know, Microsoft made $1 billion investment into chat AI, I think last year or something like that. So they kind of own part of it, I guess, or something. I haven't really looked into it, but anyways, I wouldn't be surprised. If they, was it 2019? Oh, it's 2019. That's what I meant. When I say last year, I meant before the pandemic. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, the Bing team replaced by AI, which is actually, that's something they're talking about incorporating not chat AI, but just open AI into not just their apps, but also into Bing to make it better. Which is kind of how I use chat AI. I just ask, today I asked it, I said, give me a 2-sentence blurb on Max Verstappen. And I said, that's it. And that thing I read was basically from it, word for word. It was perfect. So I wouldn't be surprised if Bing ends up being more useful. They can finally make a Windows search work if they use AI. Fucking hell, please. I have to use everything.exe because that's the only thing that works. Everything is the only thing that works. Please. Although I don't know if I want AI snooping around my computer. Not just saying. I don't want AI snooping around my computer. I have too many nudes. Way too many nudes. I don't need Bing Microsoft in there flipping through all my nudes, man. Just get the AI to write proper code. You'd be surprised how many people are getting by using that code. I'm not even kidding. AI completely missed that Max is the 2 times. I did, huh? 2-time world champion. How did it miss that? It saw Power Toys. I found it Alt Space. Oh my God. Alt Space on which is a Mac, right? Search, whatever, is so good. It's like command space, whatever. It's so good. How come we can't do that on Microsoft, man? If I hit a button, I type in like something that I definitely have on my computer, it pulls up a bunch of like results from all over the fucking world. And even when I tell it, don't look for that shit, it just doesn't find anything. Anyways, go install Power Toys. You can't. No, I use everything. That's all I need. Everything does everything for me. Like, that's what it's called. It's called Everything. And it's a great search engine. You just pull it up. It's super basic. I'd show you, but it lists like everything that I have on my computer, so you know. Tell AI, nice job, or Terminator's gonna get you. I always do. I always let them know that I appreciate them. You should too. It's cool, remember. It's good to remember. You use search everything too? Yeah. So this is like old news. Just want to touch on this real quick. So Rick and Morty co-creator Justin Roiland, who's the guy who voices the characters, he makes Rick and Morty with Dan Harmon, who makes like Community, the series, and a couple other things. Anyways, he has been busted for he went to court last year to face domestic violence charges, which is like, oh, what the fuck? Yeah, he actually has a I forget what it's called, but he has, what the fuck is it called? I don't know, because I've never had one put against me. You know, like when you tell somebody you can't come within 100 feet of you, whatever. What's the words for it? You welcome a robot. Oh, yeah. Restraining order. You guys are so smart. I don't know what it's called, man. That's how it never happens. But apparently it happens this guy. Shit. So it happened 2020. Again, this was pandemic time. Okay, so last year, whatever. So this incident occurred on or around or about January 19th, 2020 against anonymous Jane Doe, who was dating Roiland at the time. And he was released on a $50,000 bond. He went to the pre-trial hearings. He obviously voted, or he put in a not guilty plea. And here we go. Roiland cannot go within 100 feet of the person. He had to turn over all of his weapons and all that stuff. So a stay away from me order. Yeah, it's a go away on busy order. Yeah, exactly. The lawyers say that we look forward to clearing Justice's name and helping him move forward as swiftly as possible. All we know is that this is stuff that was recently discovered, and now we know that he could be charged with domestic battery, false imprisonment, because of that incident. So, Drew Dog, you just missed it. Actually, it's funny. This tweet that came out prior to this whole event is a little prophetic. It says flirting versus harassment, and it has. If you guys have played Portal, there's a moment where Gladys ends up kind of being. Well, I don't want to spoil the game for you, but you basically have to tote around AI for a little bit. And it says flirting versus harassment. And it was one of those prophetic things, aged like fine wine moments, right? This tweet came out in December. Potato-fied. Yeah, man, I love that game. So yeah, it's an ongoing thing. We don't know what's going to happen with him, but he is partially responsible for so much influence and so much money going into various corporations and deals that he's made and people that he works with, companies that he works with. So this could be potentially seriously damning news for a lot of, if he ends up going to jail for this, right? Like, that's a lot. Who's going to do the show, right? They have a contract for like an additional 70 episodes or something like that, which I don't know if they're already done, ready to go. I doubt it. But yeah, it could be a moment where we end up losing somebody right in the middle of a show. Deservedly, of course. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve it, and oh my gosh, you're taking away my Rick and Morty show or whatever, but speaking of AI taking over, have you seen the new Boston Dynamics robot working on construction scaffolding? No, I have not. We'll take a look at it after this, though. Yeah. Rich people go to jail since when? Well, he's not really that rich is the thing. Like, he's kind of rich, but he doesn't really have any power. He makes a cartoon, like, he doesn't really have like a ton of power. But, we'll see what happens. Like, it's going to come down to like, what kind of evidence is it, which we're not going to be privy to. This isn't going to be like, like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. It's not going to be like that. It's going to be probably everything's gonna be closed doors. We'll probably find out after the fact, like details using the Freedom of Information Act. And so we'll get stuff like that. Maybe. I don't know if that applies here, but he's not Harvey Weinstein levels of rich yet. Yeah, exactly. He's kind of in the middle. Elon will save him. Yeah, he'll come out and be like, I fucking love that show. Why are they trying to shut this guy down? All he did was beat and imprison and kidnap a young lady. Oh, what the heck? Who hasn't done that? Fucking Elon. Rick and Morty rich, not like blockbuster movie rich. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yep. So we got some news from our European friends. The European Parliament had a vote today, I think, right? Today still. Well, today-ish. Yesterday for you guys in the EU, but today for us. Elon can't save his own companies. So European Parliament votes to take action against loot boxes. Fuck them. Oh, dang. Loot boxes, gaming addiction, gold farming, and more. This commission will also set up a European video game strategy to grow the industry and a European Video Game Award. Ooh, that part I'm looking forward to. I really, wrong story. Okay. I really want to see what their award show was like, you know, a government sponsored video game award show. But it's another, yeah. Thank you for simplifying it for all of us, Top. Are we going to get another pop-up box that we have to accept? I mean, that's kind of what it sounds like. Another fun what the Netherlands and Belgium are already doing. I heard about that, yeah. I'll take things that everyone saw coming for 300, Alex. This way, I mean, so I feel like, and this is from an outsider perspective, but I feel like the European, whatever, they have a much more robust consumer protection policy, like all around. Like I just feel like between the GDRP and stuff like this that we're seeing, it seems like they are trying to make efforts to protect the consumer. Now I don't know why that is, and maybe that's because I'm US based, so I don't really understand why a government entity would do things that would benefit people in such a broad way. But they are. They're going to go and do some. This whole thing is basically just setting aside because you value freedom. What? I thought that was our thing. This is basically just a vote that says they're going to put aside money, funds, and do some surveys and figure out. And they're going to talk to like Peggy, which is it's kind of like the ESRB of Europe, which is essentially their like video game rating system. So they're gonna be working with them, and they're gonna just basically go out and figure out how to make all of these systems, loot box systems, as mentioned, gold farming, all that stuff, work to benefit the consumer. Peggy is useless. Peggy 18, just play Peggy 18. The USA already has freedom. They don't need any more. Yeah. Don't worry, they definitely are not protecting free speech in the EU, so you still got them on that. I could say whatever I want. Yeah. So yeah, this is just a step. This is just a couple steps going in that direction, and something we'll probably see more of in terms of like how they want to, I guess, clamp down on certain policies, certain features, certain business practices, which is essentially what all this is about, right? Also, this gives companies enough time to gather up some money that they could go and throw at some of these guys to make the changes they want to see happen in the industry, right? So this is kind of like a thing. It's like, hey, we're getting ready to do this thing, so why don't you go ahead and start printing some of that moolah. Peggy 18. Time to lobby, babe. Is that like a real common thing? It's just common. I mean, in the States, it's like that just happens. Like you get into politics because you want to make money through lobbying, right? I don't know how that works overseas though. Free speech versus free medical care. I don't know, bro. Can't speak if you're not breathing. So so we'll see what happens on that. But I mean, it sounds like it's a good couple of steps there for people, for gamers in the EU. Can't think of any lobbying happening here in the EU. Dang, really? You can't think of any? Shit. I can name like 10. Just in California. Shit, man. Gavin Newsom and PG&E. Let's start there. Fuck. Anyways, it doesn't happen that openly here. Oh, okay. All right. So, Discord made a purchase. They made a purchase of an app called Gas, and it's an app probably none of you have heard of, right? I mean, outside of this instance, I'm just curious. Don't out yourself now. I'm just saying. So Gas does it give me cheap gas? That's how I know you don't know. That's a grown-up ass response right there. Does it gaslight kids? That's exactly what it does. It is an app. It is an app that is designed for teenagers. As a matter of fact, when you go through the setup process, you get to choose. Are you in school? Are you grade 9, 10, 11, 12? Or are you graduated from high school? But it is mainly geared towards schools and kids in school. And it is an app where it's actually, I watched a video, kind of a WikiHow video, because I'm a fucking boomer. I don't use this app, so I'm just going to install it and check it out, especially if it's geared towards kids, teenagers of all things. And the way it works is you put in your information, you choose what school is like your home-based school or whatever, and then you get a list of people that are in that school who are like your friends or whatever, and then you can add them to your list, whatever the list is, and then what happens is it comes up with like every 30 minutes, it comes up with like a bunch of survey questions, and the survey questions are very similar to like superlatives. If you don't know what a superlative is, maybe at your school at the end of the year when you're a senior, it's like, who was the most likely to succeed and who is the most likely to have 27 cats by the time they're 21, that kind of stuff. So it's questions like that it asks who's going to carry your books for you, right? Stuff like that. And it gives you a list of like 4 users, and then you could click, or 4 real people, and you could click on that, and then that person will get a notification whenever they win or whatever. And it's just a way to positively reinforce or gaslight whatever other kids in your school. So this makes forming high school click easier. Yeah, you can pay to be able to see who clicked on you for certain things. So that part, I was like, oh, it's anonymous. That's cool. But you could pay. It was like $7.99 a week. It was a weekly fee that was more than $4. Okay, so and that will give you access to see who was actually clicking on these things. Who's most likely to bring a weapon to school? That's just a US-based question right there. A fun way for companies to gather data on you. Yeah, weekly. Yeah, kids got disposable income. Mom, I need your credit card so I can see which girl likes me. Yeah, MySpace plus LinkedIn. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. It's funny though, because like it's one of those things where Discord already has kind of a bad rep for grooming of minors, and for them to buy an app that is geared towards minors, like they even have a know your meme page specifically about Discord child grooming. Okay, like and the jokes just write themselves. When you pay a company to harvest data about you, yeah, exactly, yeah, oof. Other people have noted, though, that so everyone keeps referring to Gas as a top 3 app with incredible user growth, but it's already down to number 55 in lifestyle. So one of the things that was noted, I think maybe in the write-up here or something, where it says, it's not much of a write-up, but somebody else mentioned it, that the app that they're purchasing had usurped some of the most popular apps that are on the App Store, and it says seems to be Gas is not worth the reported $30 to $50 million that Discord paid. I guess it remains to be seen. Maybe Discord sees something else. That they can, some other kind of value they could get from this or something. Have you checked to see if any Discord board members are in Epstein's black book? Yeah. Does Tencent have like control over it? Are they farming information off of our kids because they know we're gonna yeet fucking TikTok this year, so they're gonna find some other way to get our information, man. Who's most likely to go out with someone older? Yeah, someone in the comments was like, I'm 55 years old. I just signed up for this app. Do better, Discord. I was like, what the fuck? So people are mad, I guess. The seeds of discord. Yeah, way to silo and moderate it easier. Yeah. Well, I mean, the intended purpose of the app is, I think it's great. Honestly, like it's a way for kids to be able to network, to discover new people, or whatever. And I feel like that's necessary nowadays. We need stuff like that. We shouldn't necessarily rely on random apps to give kids that experience, especially at the cost of potentially exposing them to to stuff that Discord's known for. But yeah, we'll see what the app rollout is, and if there's any integration or anything in the Discord. I imagine they're probably gonna do something with Discord, but Discord's a chatting app, so we'll see. There is a chat function. Is it a chat function? No, I don't think it's a chat function in the app, not according to the video, but there is a way to like send people like flames, flames. Oh, it's kind of like gas, basically. Go outside and play. High school kids don't want to network. They want to play and bone. They don't even want to bone anymore. Are you kidding me? Shit. Shit. That's gone, man. That's all boomers were having sex, man. We're not doing that shit anymore. Damn. Go outside and play. I send people gas. God damn. Shit. So, kids that were born new. Yeah, okay, Ra. Well, I'm not even gonna say that out loud. But I see what you're saying. The problem is the intrusion of adults being able to see information about kids. Kids are notoriously dumb and overconfident, are easy to manipulate, making everyone available. It just makes it easier for pedos to find slower zebras. Dang, that's zebrios, man. Did you say is it zebrio, zebra? Is that what that was? Was that like a kind of a nod to your name? That was pretty good, man. Oh, pretty good, man. Pretty good. Anyways, so World of Warcraft is a little game. Maybe a few of you guys played. I played a little bit back in the day. You ever heard the term slower zebras? Yeah, zebras, like when they're running around like that slowest gazelle, it's always the slowest one that gets nailed, right? By the predator. Slower zebras. Yeah, it was good. I myself as a streamer. Shit on WoW. You're on WoW right now. Shit on WoW. Shit on WoW right now. Oh, I got this. So anyways, World of Warcraft is about to go in China. As a matter of fact, we'll know more here in a couple days because their cutoff date is like January 23rd, I believe. So we reported November, I think, that there was going to be a cutoff of Netease support for games developed by Blizzard, but being published in China. Now, the way the rules work in China is you have to have a Chinese-based publisher actually publish your game. So you have to go into business with somebody local and then use them to push your game out to the users. So 14 years has gone by since they started that, and they had that contract in place and everything was great. Netease has gotten explosive growth, so much so that they're now developing their own games, and a lot of it is due to games like World of Warcraft and other Blizzard titles making them a fuck ton of money. Now, Diablo Immortal is not part of this. Diablo Immortal was co-developed by Netease, so that is not going to that's not going to have any kind of impact or anything like that. But they're getting spicy. They're getting really spicy over there. So this was a new note that came out where I guess Blizzard had gone back to Netease after searching around for a new publisher, and they asked basically for a 6-month extension. And I don't know what happened, but they made people hella mad. So the first time around, I showed you guys this LinkedIn link from Simon Shu, who says, as a gamer, this is months ago now, right? So as a gamer who spent tens of thousands of hours in World of Azeroth, StarCraft, and Overwatch, I feel so heartbroken as I will no longer have access to that account and memories next year. One day, when what has happened behind the scenes could be told, developers and gamers will have a whole new level of understanding of how much damage a jerk can make. Feel terrible for players who lived in those worlds. So this was a couple months ago. I remember we showed it on the news. And then today, or I guess last night or whatever, in response to this recent thing that happened, they actually went through and like tore down the statue. I mean, let me just play it here. Okay. I'll lower it a little bit because I don't know about the music. So this is a statue that's outside of the Netease offices. I don't know exactly what it is, which acts that's supposed to be, but it's a World of Warcraft based thing. And I want you to note that they're showing this coffee that they're zooming in, or this drink that they're zooming in on here. I'll play it again. But they're actually out there physically beating the shit out of this thing. And Gorehowl, thank you. And they're tearing it down. They're done with it. They're mad. And this could just look like, oh, they're breaking up with Blizzard and they're just getting rid of the stuff. But then they zoom in on this, and this is green tea. Green tea is another way of saying, usually in reference to a woman who dresses nicely and acts classy, but in truth is not either of those things. So basically like a mean person or something on the inside. And so this is, I guess they call it Blizzard green tea or something. I can't read any of this, but I guess they call it Blizzard green tea. And so this is them throwing some serious shade. Some serious shade. They're mad. Like something happened, like big happened. Somebody, right? And we could all just assume, oh, it was Bobby. It was definitely Bobby. We don't know. We don't know who it was, but a guy initially pissed them off, and then I guess we went back and we're like, hey, can we get another 6-week extension on this? And they were like, bitch, we're gonna tear down this shit right now. We're gonna tear this shit up. So if I wanted that immortal cut some more, no, okay. So their statement is that this is not about control over data. That this has something to do with, I guess, the content or something. I'm not sure. It's basically the way the media is spinning it is like, oh, they're trying to get a hold of our data and Blizzard's trying to protect us from all that stuff. They're saying that's not the case at all. Now, I don't know who to believe or whatever, but it just seems very apparent based off of this video that somebody in Blizzard US fucked up and fucked this whole thing up. The whole thing, all that Chinese money that they were just living off of, doing that Woody Harrelson wiping his face with $100 bills and all that shit, right? No more. I thought Blizzard wanted more money from them. That's what they came back for. Yeah, shit. That's what they came back for. Thank you for the subs and the gift of subs. We'll talk about that after the news, but thank you so much. Dang. So this is kind of a big deal. I don't know if we're going to get any update on exactly what happened behind the scenes here, but shit. What is this one? Is this an update to this? Let me see. Oh, thank you. Thank you for grabbing this. Yes, perfect. Thank you so much, Bug Haxor. So it says, so it begins. It's funny that here we call this file electronic urn, and the process of generating this file is cremation. Sadly, players won't be able to gather in the city and wait for that final moment together like last time, because this service will go down with the servers. So yeah, this is World of Warcraft Realms will be temporarily unavailable in this region. Temporarily unavailable. You can download your game's progress, which, by the way, I heard this tool doesn't work and it wasn't tested. And that was something else that the Netease guys are complaining about. They're like, you didn't even test this tool. It doesn't work. It says save your game progress locally will lock your account and play regardless of remaining game time, which is, come on, man. Just let them they download this shit. Just let them play it and hang out and wherever they want to hang out for their final moments in this game that they put thousands of hours in. Let them just go to sleep on a beach on the side of the Barrens or something, you know? Kind of private server. That's going to be the thing. That's going to be this thing. It says by downloading your game progress, your account will immediately be locked. You won't be able to use this account until it's restored in the future. You're kind of running a gamble. You're waiting until the last possible second so you can hang out with your friends in this world that you've appreciated for who knows how long. Holy shit! Hey, Mysterious! What's up? We're doing news. Thank you so much.
Boom. I'm Darnell.
Massive Ray, look at you, miss. Booga Love, appreciate you. Hey, yeah, we're doing the news. Talk about World of Warcraft. And how much money they're not going to be making in the near future unless they find a publisher. Appreciate you. Let me finish this up. Let me give you a big old virtual hug. Got rated by Kit Bags. Kit Boga. Oh, shit. Kit Bags. Print's so small over here. So, Blizzard is in a bad place. Thank you again for this link. I appreciate that. Let me add that over here. Kit Bags, yeah. What's up, Kimmy? You missed my race. We talk about racing over here. God, I missed that shit. Move on. Speaking of companies that are about to get fucking nuked. Another. I love this headline. I have to read this headline before I jam to Mrs. Music. I know, I was checking it out on Mastodon. Follow you on there. So another gamer, I'm gonna read this headline first because this headline is so good. Another gamer commits treason by posting military secrets on the Warthunder forums. The penalty for a conviction of unauthorized disclosure includes up to 10 years in prison, a large fine, or both. I have lost track of how many times, again, I have lost track of how many times we've had this. Somebody, oh no, the accuracy is not right. Look at these classified documents and everything that I'm going to upload right now to the forum so I can prove that I'm right to this other person on the internet. It's like 6 times. We didn't even cover the time before this. This isn't even like this isn't even, look, this is the Warthunder player posted military secrets on official forums in a bid to win an argument about an F-16 fighter plane, right? And then another one happens. This is a different instance here. 13 weapon system manuals for the F-15E just leaked on the forums. Look at this guy. Here are some pertinent document drop on the F-15E Strike Eagle to understand some core functions. Various student academic workbooks for the F-15E OFP Suite 3. ACG-7 flight controls. RDR, air radar. Programmable armament control system. Whatever all this shit is. Mega NZ files. Just basically mega download. Warthunder is a Russian espionage op. The time for this was like Chinese tanks. Russia has all the information they need. They just got to keep on funneling money into this shit and just let the links come to you. Dude. I don't even need to send spies to the US. Just make a game, put in a lot of the wrong information on there and boom. Yeah. You know, it's funny. That's so in line with just how the internet works. You know, it's like, I can't talk right now, honey. Somebody's wrong on the internet. You know, like... It is so in line with who we are as a general people that finally somebody's getting some kind of tactical benefit from it. Shit. Russia has all information and no way to produce anything anymore. You have to prove them wrong. This is crazy. I like that. I like this comment from the mod. I'm so glad we're not the forums. That being said, if any of you idiots leak or any export... If any of you idiots leak any export restricted or classified documents in this subreddit, I will personally shut this place down for a week to make the person responsible think long and hard about their life choices. Warthunder is a video game. Stop committing federal crimes over internet arguments about it. Better yet, stop playing top tier. Anyways, so trying to look at this like, why is this game getting banned? Yeah, someone should leak documents on how to make a balanced PvP game. Oh man, this is just a thing. This is just what this game is being known for now, right? Like Eve, it's like Eve was one of those games that like I never played, but I always heard stories about. And War Thunder is a game that like I never played, but I feel like we are always going to get stories like this come out. Just countless secrets. Just so you know, every F-15E is like $31 million to produce. And we have 500 of them currently in service in the United States. Okay, so this list of shit here this guy just dropped basically nullifies systems across 500 active units across the U.S. military. Jeez. Eve was a spreadsheet game. What is classified secrets? Yeah, classified secrets revealed. This is all better back in the day. Much easier to silence everyone that made contact with important research and stop leaks there. Yep. It doesn't help that the games like War Thunder attract the ultra competitive military types that literally stab each other over a minor agreement. Yep. Gravy Seal type folks, man. Although I will say that the Gravy Seal type people generally have a better idea about a better handling of OPSEC. At least I think, anyways. I don't know if that's true. He's probably using systems shared with other platform. Other countries now know all the magical weak points. That's right. Yeah, according to all this stuff, land targeting, IR pod, digital map system, and tactical situation display. I mean, it's not a new F-15E is not, it's not new. The F-15 in general is not new. It's like an 80s model or something like that. Obviously it goes through revisions and everything like that, but so some of these weapon systems are, you know, like decades old or a decade old, but they're still actively used, you know? Gravy Seals shouldn't have access to these documents because they aren't in the service. Yeah, oh, thank you. That's true. This is actually existing. I mean, this better be existing members of the service. That would be like some next, like another layer of bullshit. It's like, oh, wait a minute. This guy wasn't even in the service? Like, just somebody who happened to get their hands on some documents so they could turn around and and win this argument on the internet. Reminds me of when the Navy bought a news crew into a classified sub, and they used post-its to hide classified data. And as they were saying, can dive in excess of 5 meters and move in excess of 5 knots. The post-its were falling and showing much higher speeds and depth. Ooh, it's like didn't Geraldo during like Operation Desert Storm or one of those desert thingies that we did, wasn't he doing some shit like that? He was all like, okay, so here we are, and this line is where we're gonna move. These guys are moving over here, like kind of like a high school football coach, you know, just like a live TV. Like, yeah. He was setting the standard, man. Just give that information away. If they leak F-35 details, the U.S. government will come in and shut the place down immediately. Yeah, dang. The F-15-16 feel ancient right now, but like so many things, the U.S. military is still good enough to get the job done. Yeah, it still flies, still goes fast, still pew-pew. That's all you gotta do. That's all you need. So, lastly for news, I have an ad that I want to play you guys that came across my desk. I've been getting these ads quite a bit on mostly on Instagram, and this one was just such a next level ad. I had to share it.
Well done.
Look at this. And then look, then he gets a weapon, and then he comes up. Then he grabs his boyfriend, brings him downstairs, puts him to bed, and then they hug.
Well done.
Look, what is this? The whole setup. The whole setup. You unfollow Dexerto for sharing that post? Oh, man. Dexerto, they share so much garbage, but this one was a good one. This one was because all the ones I get are like, oh, you're a level 1, whatever pleb, and then level 99 boss, and it's like, oh, you got these two guys in the shower. I'm gonna turn on the gas, and I'm gonna gas them in the shower or something like that, and then you boom, you level up. And this one touches all the bases, man. We got zombies. We have safety when working out. We have some homoerotica, which is that's a good step up there. And we have Fallout Shelter stuff. I don't know, but 3 gold stars. There we go. What is this game? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You don't need to know the game. It's just an ad. It's just an absurd ass ad that looks nothing like the actual game, and they're just trying the most comically weird shit to get your attention. Yeah, nothing like the game. Yeah, the game is not a representation of the ad. There's also a female version of that. Same thing, huh? But game is not important. The stupid ad is the point. Exactly. That's it for the news, folks. Thank you so much for joining me in my chat. Thank you, Miss, for the raid. All the Kitboga folks, appreciate you guys swinging by. Also, we're going to hang out after this is done. Go over a couple more things. We got some free the nipple stuff we want to talk about. We'll talk about that offline. I don't know if YouTube likes that kind of stuff yet, you know. But yeah, if you like nipples, nipples, stay tuned. We'll talk about that in just a second. All right. The news was an hour or two because it was a lot. It was a lot. We had to do it. We had no choice. Maybe if I cut out the last story with the mobile ads, maybe that would have saved us a few minutes, right? Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. I'm going to see you guys in 2 seconds. Okay?